I just kind of said this to another person, but one of the reasons that we love the Zone is because you're taking data on your diet. I mean, we're so into tracking our workouts. The same thing is true with your nutrition. And if you're not taking data on your diet, you're kind of leaving too much room on the table. So that's what the Zone does for us. Totally. And I think people have this idea that you're supposed to be getting all of your carbs from vegetables. And really for CrossFit, you're not going to find that that's enough carbohydrates. And one of the reasons that we like the Zone, there's a bunch of reasons we like the Zone, but it actually gives you that moderate across them. And an average amount on the Zone for you is probably somewhere on the order of 150 to 175 grams of carbohydrates, just kind of here based off your height and stuff like that. And I'm going to guarantee that you're not getting anywhere close to that if most of your carbohydrates are coming from broccoli, spinach, etc. And so I encourage you, don't be afraid of banana. Don't be afraid of sweet potato. Don't be afraid of, anything like yucca root, plantain, other fruits. You can have up to that kind of Zone carb allotment in fruit and you're going to be fine. There's a lot of this like, oh my gosh, fruit has sugar, it's fructose. If you're eating kind of a very natural level, you're not at all at danger of that stuff. So I think what you'll find is if you sort of, hey, what would be my carbohydrate allotment on the Zone? And like I said, it's probably about 150. Try to get that across the course of the day. Maybe still fill up your plate with some green veggies. Don't even count them. Doesn't matter. Go ahead. Have 2 apples with your meal. Have a cup of grapes. Have 2 cups of berries. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're going to have to get more of those denser sources in, and you'll be fine. It's not the end of the world. It's not like you're going to have hyperinsulinemia or anything like that. The Zone is a very moderate carbohydrate allotment. But a lot of people think about the Zone as just a leaning out mechanism. It's also a great way to make sure that you're getting enough calories. And so what's happening on paleo is you're probably kind of eating a little bit based on feel, which probably is a little bit too low for you. And so by following something like the Zone, you're given, this is how much I'm supposed to eat. Do I eat that every day? Do I actually fill up each of those stores every day? And I wouldn't be surprised if right now you're strict paleo, but you're probably a little bit low on carbs and perhaps fat, depending on how fast you're leaning out. So, I think you'd probably be about 16, 17 blocks, somewhere in there, just kind of based on size and what I can tell right now. You might have to bump it up, like I said, because you're a hard gainer, but that's going to tell you then how much protein, how much carbs, how much fat. Eat that across the course of the week, or across the course of the day. And then at the end of 4 weeks, if you kept leaning out, add some more fat in. And then if you keep leaning out, maybe you bump up the total blocks. Do you know what I mean? And that way, it's not about that maybe where you started was perfect, it's that it's taking data on your diet and okay, this quantity of food is too low for me, I need more. And then you bump it up. Okay. And then 2, what's really cool about it is you've got it split up. Come up with a schedule. I'm going to have 2 4-block meals, I'm going to have a 2-block snack, and I'm going to have a 5-block dinner. And that's what I'm going to do every day. And I'm going to check them off like a little checklist throughout the day. Okay. What's cool about that is it will kind of get to your other goal, but in the longer term. So your other goal is to lean out and gain mass. Yeah. The Zone, first of all, will lean you out. Just because it's typically a little bit less than what people are used to eating. Yeah. But 2, once you lean out, then we start adding fat in, and what most people find is that they start gaining good mass. Yeah. And I'm going to use Matt Chan as an example. He's sort of a model in our community for Zone. He's been doing it since he started CrossFit. Okay. He's only added a total of 1 block across his years of CrossFit and also added 30 pounds of lean muscle. Wow. It just doesn't happen in a short term. So sometimes when people think about muscle mass, they think I need it in 6 weeks. It's not going to happen. But if you look at any of our high-level CrossFit athletes, you could take Spencer, you could take Austin, etc. If you look at old pictures, they've put on a lot of lean mass. It just doesn't happen in a 2-month period.